What's up, Cowboy Nation? Appreciate you guys. Thank you all for tuning in. This is going to be my quick observation of the OTAs and what news I've gathered throughout this first two mandatory practices, basically, and why 100% means everything. A lot of times when we play this sport, and those who played sport, at times you get people who don't really see the value of teamwork and team unity and commitment and staying committed to your commitment. By the Dallas Cowboys, with everyone having to be sold in and everyone willing to get out there to practice, regardless of what the media is saying, or regardless of what contracts are up, or regardless of what situation may be around. Think about it. These are multi-millionaires. These guys have the ability to be wherever they want to be at, especially when it wasn't mandatory. For example, Amari Cooper had every right to say, well, I'm going to sit this one out. I don't want to tweak my ankle, or I don't want to twist my leg. He have every reason to sit out, and Ezekiel Elliott have some chances and opportunities to say, you know what, I really not feeling this right now. I don't want to risk. And Dak Prescott could have easily said to himself, man, hey, where's my money? I got to see Carson Wentz getting paid. So I look at it, look at those small things, guys. And as a team building, this stuff goes a long, long, long way. Remember, the off season is valuable for the regular season. This is when everybody works together, and we want to be like a knot on a rope. When the opposition pulls against that knot, everything gets tighter, right? So I'm looking at it as it relates to the Dallas Cowboys. Everybody, I'm hearing good news about the Randall Cobb. They said how valuable Randall Cobb is to this offense, and how they just can't see to take him off the field because of his knowledge of the game and also his understanding of the playbook as he develops. And they talking about the young Kellen Moore offense. They said it's not going to be that much difference of what Scott Linehan was able to put out there. But what they were saying is that now you have the ability to disguise motion, things that we've been asking for. Because a lot of times, everybody that's in the chat box, those who out there know, shout out to Say Prime Time, I see you over there, fam. You know for sure that last year when we got in our formation and they substitute number 85 in, Noah Brown, I guarantee you 9 times out of 10, we knew what was going to happen. And we're not making millions of dollars, right? The opposition making millions of dollars. That's all they do from sun up to sundown. And they knew for sure that, hey, they about to run this rock. So what I'm saying is now we can disguise that. Now we can run so many plays out of that same formation. Now you can have an actual Randall Cobb that's lined up in the slot and motion him back into the backfield as the halfback, or as one of the extra backs that's in the backfield, and motion Ezekiel Elliott out to the outside into the flats. See, now that's creativity. And it's not pulling a page from the LA Rams. It's not pulling a page from the Kansas City Chiefs. It's not pulling a page from the Philadelphia Eagles or the Patriots. No, football always been 11 versus 11. 5 offensive linemen, 7 have to be down on the LOS. You see what I'm saying? Football always been football. It's still the same thing. You're not recreating the wheel per se. But what we can say is about the unity. Man, this team, no one is sitting out saying that I'm bigger than this team. My contract deserved to be done and completed first. No, nobody is saying that. And I love every bit of it, man. Shout out to you, Don. Appreciate you, man. Quest Cowboy, thank you for tuning in to the nation. Yeah, 12-4 Cowboys. Yes. I already did my prediction. I said we're going to win 10-plus games. That's as much as you guys going to get out of me. Yes. So we look at every small little thing. Jeff Heath. You guys don't think that Jeff Heath is hearing the noise and the echoes from the fan base? You don't think that Jeff Heath is hearing it from the media saying that, hey, he's a slouch out there? So he's saying, okay, the next time the quarterback try to run the ball, regardless of his Dak Prescott, I'm going to give him a little shoulder love. I'm going to make sure that he feels my presence. And that's what Jeff Heath was able to do. And Dak was like, okay, hey, man, you got to hit me a little rough right there. Are you serious? So that's probably what they was going back and forth. And they both cool guys. You know, got a chance to meet both of them. Both cool guys. They don't stress out a lot. But I'm saying this right now is that all we got to do is continue to have that back and forth. Remember, I said this off season that we don't want teams we don't want to have the shirt that says finish the fight. No. That shouldn't be our flavor. Our flavor should be like, there should be somebody out there that said, hey, I'm starting the fight. We want some fighters out there. We want some dogs. If Michael Jackson, if he really want to be on his team, he'll fight and claw for every inch of that opportunity. Yes, Daryl, appreciate you, man. We going 13-3. That's what he's saying, man. All I'm saying is, 13-3 is cool. That's fantastic. That's wonderful. But it don't mean nothing if we don't get to the big dance. So what I want this team to do, because when we went in 2016, we made it to the playoff. It was cool. We was crunk. We was like, okay, this will be our moment. This will be our situation that everybody's going to have to understand, right? And then 2017 occurred, and then, you know, Roger Goodell sticking his toe in everything, and that's a story of a different day. We had our reservations. But in 2018, I was saying, like, look, hey, I don't trust the offense. I don't trust the defense. I don't trust Jason Garrett. I would rather for us to sneak into the playoff, get us a playoff win, and then move it on a little bit further. And what I failed to realize is that this team was still young. And I'm not using this as an excuse. It was like top, 5 or 4? I could be wrong a little bit on that. One of the youngest teams in the NFL. And none of those guys had veteran and understood what leadership was as far as the playoff experience. And I'm not using this as an excuse, because I think that last year they learned a valuable lesson. It's better to be prepared for an opportunity and not have one than to have an opportunity and not be prepared. I'm thinking that what these guys knew from last year, or learned from last year, is that, hey, just because we out here on the field, just because we got this and just because we got that, doesn't mean that we can win it. But what we do know for sure right now is that we know that now when you get into the playoff, it's the end of the road. We got to put it all out there. Socks and draws and everything. So I'm thinking that these guys have more and more knowledgeable of the game. They have the leadership component to it. And now when they get to the playoff, they understand that, hey, this is win or you out. So they're going to be ready. So I'm thinking that they're going to be a whole lot ready. This is Miles. He says Tavon Austin's going to have an impact this season, make the team. I think Tavon, and I put out there the other day, these wide receivers that we have, the core of the wide receivers, everybody can run routes. Everybody, there's no questioning to their route running, to their route ability. And Dak Prescott, his ability to get the ball to those guys is going to be phenomenal. Because my thing is, Dez Bryant, he was cool, and I'm not trying to go back into the past, but Dez Bryant is kind of like a jump ball guy, fade route, a guy that's going to do the post and sometimes going to do the slants or what have you. That's not Dak Prescott's game. Dak Prescott's game is to, hey, when I hit you on the 9, you got to be here in this spot. When I hit you with a slow go, I want you to be in this particular spot on the zone. Or when you do a comeback, I would like for you to squeeze and shorten your route just a little bit, or adjust to the opposition that's coming off the top. So that's more of Dak Prescott's skill set. So that's why we was able to see Cole Beasley blossom in 2016, and then last year I think he still had one of the top receiving receptions out of the wide receivers last year. So what I'm saying is that everybody on his team, and trust me, I'm not saying that Michael Gallup don't have these skill set, but everybody on his team can run every route on the tree. Polish. Mari Cooper, polish. Randall Cobb, polish. He's a polished route runner. So I'm thinking that the wide receiver, Tavon Austin, Jerry Jones, call him Tavion, polished route runners. Those guys, they can run those short, got the short area quickness, can get in and out of their stands. And trust me, when the opposition try to bracket coverage them, we got a guy that can take the top off the defense. That's why I said Allen Hurns, he may not be the fastest guy on his team, but he's like number 3 or dog near close to number 2 as the route runner in and out of his breaks. And we will see what these guys going to do down the line. Justin, shout out to you. Witten says he's seen big improvement in Dak in his in a running back. Yeah, I like the fact, Cowboy Nation, is that John Kitna is working on the small things with Dak Prescott. The lower body movement. You throw more with your legs than anything, just like a puncher. When you boxing, you don't box with your arms. You box more with your legs. You center mass. You get your core intact. That's why you can say a lot of people can cheat a lot in working out, but you can tell a person if they discipline by their core, if they have that 6-pack, if they discipline enough to eat right and work out right, their quads and all those things, the lower body extremities, all those things help you out down the line. And I'm thinking that with John Kitna, he's saying that he wants to be able to get Dak Prescott to throw the ball through a Fruit Loop, thread the needle basically. So when I'm looking at, when I'm hearing John Kitna and he's comparing Dak Prescott to the great Warren Moon, man, that's valuable. That's valuable information for us to take on home and say, okay, now Dak Prescott is being compared to a guy that we know for sure won games with his arm. And I'm thinking that with Kellen Moore's system and with the growth factor of the Ezekiel Elliott and Tony Pollard being the split back or the spell back, man, this team can be a 30 plus point game type of team. You think I'm delusional? Let me tell you guys this. In 2017, the Dallas Cowboys were averaging 27 to 28 points before the Atlanta Falcons game. Think about this. Just think about it. I'm thinking that this roster is better than that particular roster. Can anybody out debate me on that? I'll wait. So what I'm saying is, Cowboy Nation, this team can average 30 points a game. Now, all we have to do is just stay consistent on our delivery of the offense, spice it up a little bit. You don't have to recreate the wheel. Remember, football is still football, 11 versus 11, and we can get this thing going. I really love the fact that that we hearing high praises on Dak Prescott during the I know it's practice. We're talking about practice, but I love the fact that we're hearing high praises of Dak Prescott during practice, because last year during this time and the year before that, he wasn't a practice player, right? He just said, just wait till the game. Just wait till the game. So I love hearing that. And I love hearing from Tony Pollard, his ability. And I love hearing from the other guys that's out there, the Randall Cobbs, the Michael Gallups, and the Amari Coopers. Man, it's just fantastic. Those are my observations. As far as the defensive side of the ball, LVE and Jalen Smith and of course your new Sam linebacker Sean Lee, those guys they gonna get this thing going, the middle part of the defense. And then our secondary, Xavier Woods, and the spice with Jeff Heath now, knowing that everybody got him against the wall and he's ready to fight for it. I love hearing this, but my only concerns is Dallas Cowboys front office right now. They need to hurry up, and I'm gonna say this before we run on out of here. They need to hurry up and get these contract negotiations down. I do know that deadline make deals, but dog it, you don't want to get that needle and that price tag to go up and up and up. And when your players are willing to go out there and lay everything down on the line and lose everything they put their blood, sweat, and tears on, and you sitting back and you're not signing the contracts, or you're not putting out the contracts. Come on, Jerry Jones, because the last thing that we want is Michael Thomas and who was it, Julio Jones and all those boys get their big contract, and now Amari Cooper. Now you got to figure out how do you squeeze Amari Cooper contract in there, opposed to what the other teams paid their guys. So we need to hurry up on that, you know. And with Ezekiel Elliott, of course, I know they're off the field situation. Maybe you have a pause on that. But you need to really hurry up on Dak Prescott's contract. Let me know how you guys feel about that. But I commend this team 100%. I don't know anybody else can say that their team been 100% in the OTAs and the voluntary camps and stuff like that. This is valuable. Oh, and Robert Quinn. The battle between Robert Quinn and Tyron Smith. Mike Fisher from 105.3 The Fan said earlier, check him out. Shout out to Mike Fisher. He was saying that normally it goes like this. Tyron Smith and D. Ware, when they was practicing, D. Ware would school Tyron Smith, right? And that's when the Tyron Smith first got onto the team. And then the role reversed. Tyron Smith taught D-Law. They was going back and forth and saying, okay, D-Law, you got to go this, you got to learn this, you got to be able to do this, you got to figure out when I widen my stance, you got to cut inside, use your hand, don't let me touch this part of your cloth and stuff like that. But now, it's Tyron Smith and Robert Quinn. Both guys already solidified. Both guys and already, look, Robert Quinn had one season of 20 more sacks, right? Something like that. Boy, there's valuable lessonings going on. And he can say, okay, yeah, you got to do this a little bit, or you got to do that a little bit. Boy, I love hearing that type of stuff. Cowboy Nation, I really appreciate you guys. Thank you all for tuning in to the nation. Don't forget to hit that like button. Drop that elbow on that like button. Beat it down. Just beat that like button up for me. Put domestic violence on the like button if you want to, right? Let me know if you did that. And subscribe if you're on the other platforms. I'm streaming live on multiple platforms. Subscribe to this page if you like to hear this information, and share. That's the best thing you can do for the nation, is just share this thing out through all of the social medias out there, and let people know, a friend, neighbor, foe, know where to go when they want to tune into Cowboy Sports Talk. These are just my opinions, some of them strong opinions, and I love that. I want you guys to give me feedback. I love hearing you guys spit your thoughts and your knowledge of the game. I'm always here to learn and understand better and try to get better and try to know better and all these things, and it's not possible without you all. That's been my time. I really thank you all for yours. And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best. Salute. I'm out. Peace. Let's go, Cowboy Nation. Let's go. Yes indeed. Say prime time. Appreciate you. Philly Cowboy 76, not 86, 76 in the house, man. What's up with you? Who else we got? Quest Cowboy. Appreciate you, man. Who else we got in the house, man? Thank y'all, man. Thank y'all for subscribing. Who else we got? Jess. Is it Jesse Green? What's up, man? Yes. Let's go, Cowboy Nation. Let's get this Super Bowl, baby. We out. Peace. JR, I see you, fam. I see you. Salute.